visits to other parts of the state slated for the rest of the week. Henry Ogunjimi, Channels Television News.
We come back after the break on News Track. The all-share index is down 0.11%. We'll have details on that in business news.
And on the foreign scene, the people of Scotland vote in a referendum whether to stay in the United Kingdom or become an independent nation.
Please join us again.
In a warming world, there could be an even greater threat of extreme weather than previously thought. Every Friday, Channels takes you on a journey to see the effect of human activities on our changing planet. It's the fact that we've been talking the talk. Learn how to take the step on Earth 5 at this time on Channels Television.
On business news, the Executive Secretary of the Nigeria Investment Promotion Commission, Mrs. Saratu Umar, has promised to help woo both local and foreign investors to Oyo State. Mrs. Umar, who made the pledge at a meeting in Abuja, said the state is endowed with vast agricultural and mineral resources, which, when fully harnessed, will contribute to the socio-economic development of the state and the country at large.
On his part, the Deputy Governor of Oyo State, Mr. Moses Adeyemo, promised incentives for investors willing to set up businesses in the state.
Once the state government delegation go back to Oyo State, they would actually bring back to NIPC how they intend NIPC to actually assist them, and we'll look at the range of the services we offer to ensure that we assist them in different aspects, which is investment promotion, facilitation, setting up the one-stop shop, and training them on investment promotion as well. So there are different ways that we would offer services to them. It just depends on what they exactly want from us. Like I said to you, going forward, we would also have specific strategies for each state, depending on what advantages, what comparative advantage the state has. So we expect to hear from them, I'm sure, as soon as possible, because they're quite eager to actually move this MOU forward.
Oyo State is an investment destination. Like what I said over there, you know that Oyo State has a very large area of land, and that is our comparative advantage, land. And we also have you have human capital that we can make use of in terms of investment.
In other business news, the federal government sold 100 billion naira worth of bonds at higher yields for 3- and 10-year paper, while it was able to offer lower yields on 20-year benchmark debt. The Debt Management's Office said it sold 15 billion naira of 3-year debts at 11.49%, 37 basis points higher than 11.12% paper fetched in August. It also sold 50 billion naira of 10-year debts at 12.23% against 12.22% previously. The Debt Office said it sold 35 billion naira worth of 20-year paper at 12.29%, lower than the 12.38% at the previous auction. All the debt notes were reopenings of previous issues, while total demand was up marginally to 175.99 billion naira, compared with 174.01 billion naira at the previous sale. Meanwhile, the Nigerian equities market ended today's session in the red as key indicators gave up yesterday's gains on the back of losses recorded by some blue-chip firms. The all-share index tumbled 0.11% to end the session at 40,683.45 points, while the market cap fell to 13.43 trillion naira. Seplat, Dangote Cement and PZ were the top three stocks that got the cold shoulder from investors. On the advances list, Guinness led with a 5 naira 88 kobo increase in its share price, and it's followed by Unilever and Forte Oil. Unity Bank, Transcorp and Diamond Bank were the major contributors to market turnover, When stocks crossed the finish line, investors had exchanged 273 million units of shares, valued at 2.72 billion naira, in over 4,000 deals.
Now to the foreign scene. People in Scotland are voting on whether the country should stay in the UK or become an independent nation. Voters will answer yes or no to the referendum question, should Scotland be an independent country? With 97% of the electorate registered to vote, it's expected to be the busiest day in Scottish electoral history.
The result is expected on Friday morning. A number of councils around the country have said polling stations are busy, with some seeing queues both ahead of the polls opening and throughout the morning.
And Britain, the US, France, Germany, Russia and China are holding talks on Iran's disputed nuclear program in New York. But officials are skeptical that a breakthrough may be likely. US and Iranian diplomats have met ahead of the talks, and Iran's foreign minister and the EU foreign policy chief are meeting today. World powers suspect Iran is seeking a weapon, but the country insists that it is enriching uranium for nuclear power stations and medical purposes.
Well, back here in Nigeria, though, 12 secondary school students from various parts of the country have been chosen as ambassadors in the first National Green Essay Competition organized by the Uplift Development Foundation, an initiative of the wife of the governor of Ogun State, Mrs. Olufunsho Amosun, and Channels Television. The finale, which held in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, had winners emerge from Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, Ebonyi, Lagos, Kaduna, Kogi, Niger, Ogun, Osun, and Rivers.
Well, for their efforts, they'll be rewarded with a trip to Europe to learn more about sustaining the environment. The organizers say it will help in saving the earth from total degradation.
They would be exposed further on how to sustain the environment in practical ways that are suitable to our community. Even though they're going to the European countries, they will be taught things that they can use back home here in Nigeria, and which we expect them as GEFTI ambassadors to actually share with their various communities. And since it spans across the whole of Nigeria, we're hoping there will be a ripple effect, and more children and our youths will become ambassadors, even if they're not given certificates of the Going Green Crusade.
Sports news now. The Super Eagles of Nigeria dropped 4 places down the ladder in the monthly FIFA World Ranking released this morning in Switzerland. In Zurich, Switzerland, the African champions were this month lost to Congo and drew with South Africa in the 2015 African Cup of Nations qualifier, dropped to 37th position in the world and down to 6th playing nation on the continent. Algeria moved up 4 places to retain the #1 spot in the continent and 20th in the world. They're closely followed by the Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire.
Tunisia moved 11 places to the 31st spot. The Black Stars of Ghana also moved up, trailing Tunisia on the continent. Senegal occupied the 5th spot in Africa, moving 23 places to 36. Cape Verde Islands, Cameroon, Guinea and Burkina Faso complete the continent's top 10. Meanwhile, 2014 FIFA World Cup finalists Germany and Argentina have slightly extended their lead over the chasing pack and remain unchallenged at the top of the table. They are followed in the 3rd position by Colombia, who have swapped places with the Netherlands. Belgium remain unchanged on the 5th spot. 2014 World Cup host Brazil moved a place up to the 6th spot. Uruguay, Spain, France and Switzerland complete the world's top 10. In the UEFA Champions League, Chelsea manager Jose Mourinho was left to rue missed chances after his side were held to a 1-1 draw by Schalke in match day 2. Chelsea, who have won all 4 of their Premier League games to date, saw their 100% record start of the season ended by the Germans.